Okay, welcome back to my channel. Alright, I'm going to do a painting now with the drawing oils. I've chosen some colours, which I'll go through in a sec, but I'm just going to show you this one that I've already done. The base is actually acrylic, and then all the trees and a lot of the detail is in the drawing oils, and the sun is drawing oils as well, some in the back as well. I do have a video on it. It's just my channel's pretty new and I'm learning editing as I go, the video editing. It's the program I'm using is really complicated, but I'll be happy once I master it. So I'm determined to stick with this program because I know it'll be worth it in the end when I do master it. So each video that I do put out, I just learn a new skill, and right now I don't have the skill of speeding it up and voiceover. They're coming. They're on the cards, so I can't put that video out yet because I basically listened to music in that one and I talked through a bit of it, so I need to be able to voice over and then maybe even add a bit of music onto it. So there's a few different skills I need to learn for it. So right now I'll just show you the outcome, which is this painting here, and then we'll move on to the next lot. Okay, so I've got a canvas on hardboard. It's on masonite. It's a nice little canvas. It's an 8x10, and it's a premium 100% linen, and it's transparent primed. I'm thinking it's gesso, clear gesso. I mean, they use rabbit skin glue too, but I'm just assuming it's gesso. I don't know, but it's definitely primed, and you still get the background colour. So that's what I was hoping for. So I want a bit of that background colour to shine through. I've got a reference picture here. I've just picked a very basic sort of picture of a beach spot that I love to go to. I'm just going to reach over and grab the actual reference picture. I've got it sitting in front of me. Oh, I've got to reach over. Oh, without knocking the camera. Okay, everything's falling out of this book. So I've got this one, and then this one. I don't want to move the camera now. I don't want to lift it up, so I'm not really going to. I'm just going to choose one or the other. I mean, they're so similar. I'm just going to get bits from each. It's not going to be exactly the same in any way. There's a little galah there. If I can do it, I will do it, but I don't know how intricate these oil paints will be in such a small size, like an 8x10. So this is probably 5x7. 8x10's there, which is the canvas underneath. So I'll see, because I've definitely got the colour for the galah and the grey, so it would be nice, but we'll see what happens. So that's that one there. And I have actually pre-primed another one with some fluorescent pink paint, like it's got there. Well, that was actually quinacridone magenta, but this is like more of a fluorescent pink, which I love using at times. And then this one is the more subtle one. So the one I'm doing now will probably turn out more like this because it's more subtle. So the little bits that show will have this sort of medium taupey browny background in it. So anyway, isn't that pink pretty? Just saying, like, these have been in my sketchbook for ages. I don't think I dated them. Like, they're like, I think a year or two old. But anyway, I just wanted something quick and simple for now. I don't want to think of anything complicated. Okay, so I'm going to get started on this. So I'll just run through. I've picked out some colours here. I probably won't use all of them. I don't like to use too many colours in one painting. It gets a bit silly, really, so I have to make some decisions. Like this raw umber and this cherry absinthe. I mean, they're both nice darks. The cherry absinthe's got a bit more red in it, but it's also got the green undertone. So I'll make a decision on that. Yeah, it's got a very green undertone to it, and I don't know. I think I've got enough green. It's a black. It's like a greeny black, and I think I've got enough of that in there. So right, I'm getting that one out. So that's less hassle, less decisions. Okay, so I'm sticking with the Raw Umber as a dark, and then I'm going to go the Phthalo Blue. Was I going to do Payne's Grey? I think I wanted the Phthalo Blue. Just make a quick decision here. I'm just to the side. Oh yeah, I'll do the Phthalo Blue because it's a lot. Here, let me just pull that off. It's a lot bluer, and I can add the white to it and the cream to it to really bring it down. So that's the Payne's Grey. I don't need that Payne's Grey, so we'll get rid of that one as well, which is good. So the more I can get rid of, the better and easier my decisions are. So that's done. I'll definitely use the titanium in there, so I'll keep that. And I'm definitely, this is my mixer, basically. The Brilliant Yellow Extra Pale is my mixer. So I ordered a few of those, which I've probably mentioned in previous videos. So that's always going to pretty much be with whatever I use. I've got the white as well, the titanium white, so I'll keep that with me. All right, the Turkey Umber. Let's just have a look here. It's very grey. All right, at the moment I'm just going to keep it as a maybe. And the grey I'll keep. This table keeps moving around. I'm not sure that I even really need this grey. Because I've got the other ones. I'll keep it as a just in case as well. Then I've got the blue, which is going to be the sky colour. So I'm just going, so there's the Turkey Umber, there's the grey, there's the blue. So that will be the sky colour. So we're definitely keeping them. So these are the definites. Okay, I want this, the ochre, what is it, Mars Yellow. So I'll just, I'm definitely having that one in there. That will be mixed with other colours to lighten it, but I'll keep that one in there because that's my ochre, that one. This dark grey I don't want, I don't need it. I'm not, do I want to grey it down? I might, let me see it next to the Turkey Umber. Yeah, I think I might use it to grey things down, so let's keep it just in case as a thing to grey things down. I definitely want to keep the Celadon Green, so that's the Celadon Green, and I'll use that neat, like I won't even need to mix into that. That's in there and I want to use that colour. So alright, so the turquoise I will definitely use. Just gonna get these, it is, it's not even what's it called, malachite green, and then this one is turquoise blue. So I'll put them together. Both of these I will use. That one's definitely in the actual picture. This one not so much, but I will use it, and I'll probably grey it down. So yeah, I might even grey it down with this grey, so I will keep that grey. Alright, so those will stay. And then we've got these greens. These are all the greens, so let's just decide on some greens here. This is a very bright green, this permanent green. I'm just doing it off to the side here because I don't want to move all those. Oh, I suppose I could. Okay. And then we've got our Veronese green. That's the Turkey Umber Pale. So if I, and then put back in, so I can sort of really grey that down, and then if I went in with the cerulean grey, I can really grey that colour down nicely. So it's a matter of just messing with things. This one as well. So it's good to have a play first and really see what you're doing, and I can mix it in, but I do like the chunky areas, so I can get that desaturated just by adding the Brilliant Yellow Extra Pale. I am going to constantly, in every video that I do in these R&Fdrawing oils, have to refer to the thing Brilliant Yellow Extra Pale. It's such a long word, like name, and it does my head in. Anyway, okay, so where's the chrome green? Ah, here. I was wondering where they were. Okay, so we got these greens. Let's mix this one up a little. Let's let's see, let's do the, okay, so this, the yellow extra pale, I'm just going to call it extra pale yellow, has actually cooled it down, not warmed it up, which is funny. So, and I don't really have much coolness in there. I would actually want it to be a little more minty, if anything, like a lighter, sorry, like that colour. Can you see that? Yeah. So that, more of that colour in there, I think. So we've got those, this one. I'm definitely not using that colour neat, and I'm definitely not using that colour neat. They're going to be these muted down colours. The sap green. So I've got a browny green there as well, and a bluey green, so the turquoisey. So I'll just work out what I'm going to do there. So there's our sap green. That's lovely. And I don't really have a sap green in my reference picture. It doesn't mean I can't add it and change things around, but I would like to stick to similar. So let me just get this. I just want to add a bit of brown to it and then some lightness to it. So I'll get rid of this. I do need some tissues. I definitely need tissues here. And I haven't really left myself much. Come on, Kim, come organise. Alrighty. Just getting the skin off, so it'll make my life a little easier. Okay, so here's where these things come in handy with their labeling. So I'm gonna, now I'm at the stage where I've got to start peeling this off and getting a bit there. So you can see the skin. I hope you can see that. But you can see that the skin's been pulled. So I'm just wiping it off, but I can use my fingernail and pick it off as well. I just find it easier to wipe it off. It goes onto the rag and it's a lot easier. But I can see that I'll use all that because it's going to need a lot of blending with a lighter colour. These colours are, to get the effect that I want. So there we go. So I've really gone down there with that one. Okay. Oh yeah, so I wanted to lighten this a bit too. So I've sort of browned it off a bit and lightened it a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So I can do a really smooth effect, or I can make it quite chunky as well. And I will do both because I want texture, and you know, having a bit of smooth end texture is nice. The variation's really nice. Okay, so what we also want to do is get in here and lighten these up. So these turquoise, especially in the water, that'll be nice in the water. Okay, that's way nicer, and I like the chunks as well, so I'm just going to put that over there. So that's lovely. Okay, and because I'm using this for the sky, I need to put it into some areas in the water as well. So I can't just have it in the sky and nowhere else. It won't be cohesive as a painting. So, all right, I'm going to pull some of this off as well. I'm actually quite excited that I've gotten down to the label already, although I can't find the actual label bit. Oh, come on. Or does it go that way? This is a bit... Oh, don't make life harder. Pretty sure it is there. Wow, they've really sealed that well. Very well. Yeah, there it is there. So it is there on that side. I just can't get to it. Let me try with this. There we go. Okay, so let's get some of this off, because I don't want to be fiddling later. If I can sort all this out before I start this, this is the key to these type of things, and the oil sticks as well. If you can figure it out. Now I've got a little, other little key is to have a little bin near you that you can put all your junk in, like your little labels and dirty tissues and stuff, so you don't get the oil paint everywhere. So I've got this, and I'll just pop everything in there. I'll just have it at the front there. So all these bits aren't everywhere. All right. Okay, so I've got this one, and now I just need to get that skin off as well. Go down a bit there with it. That's it. And I can, there we go. So there's no point being stingy with these because you just won't enjoy yourself. You've got to like just go, whatever, I've got to use it, I've got to use it. And if I waste some, I waste some. It's the only way you're going to enjoy yourself using them. What's the point of having them if you're not going to use them? What's the point of doing art if you're not going to enjoy it, is what I meant. Okay, so this one we're definitely using. And I think I will go down on this one too. So I'll probably cut half this out. You've seen, you've seen what I'm doing now, so I'll probably cut it all out and come to the end where they've all been prepared. And they're good to go, and then we'll start the painting. What is lacking in this set is a sort of a more of a warm brown rather than a reddy brown. You've got the brown pink. So you've got the brown pink here, and then you've got the Mars red, and then the closest thing to a more of a yellowy brown is then this. So there's nothing in between. Something darker than that would be nice. Sort of in this tone, this dark tone, but in a yellow brown would be perfect. Wish list. Wish list. I'd say that would be the only real hole in all these colours. The rest of them are great. Like they tend, you know, I'm not seeing any others that I'm really thinking it's lacking. They've got good mixes. The mixes they've chosen as the lights are really good, and the darks. But yeah, probably that one would be the only little issue I'd have. We're going about here. About there. Water. Got trees. Another tree here. Just get some trees happening there. Right. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. Okay. Then we'll do our darks. So we've got darks in here. Mediums. Yep, and we've got darks under here, mediums, and some lights up there. And we'll get some different colour in there, and then that's sort of the titanium. Okay. Of course I'm talking to myself. Right, let's get this sky in to start off with. My concern is doing the branches later, the sticks and branches later might be a bit of a problem, but we'll see. Rightio. I like that yellow is mixing with the sky. I'm happy with that. Oops. Let's get that in there. So that big chunk broke off. I don't know if you can see. I got to be careful when I draw and paint because my hand gets in the way and people can't always see, so I do have to be careful that I don't know. So this is, I am going to want this to be a bit lighter. It's going to be a bit dark for me. For a sky, I don't usually do this dark in tone. And oil paint is usually dries the same. It's not like acrylic where it dries darker. Oil paint usually dries the same colour that you've used in it, so hopefully that will be the case. Now we'll get some of this in here just to lighten it, then I'll go back over it. It's interesting, isn't it? I really hope you can see, I just can't tell. And I know my table's moving now because I'm really rough with it, so that's not going to help. Okay, let's see if we didn't, okay, and oops, what I need is some sky holes. Because we like doing sky holes, but we can't have them all uniform the same, so I need to stop with that business. All right, they're pretty dense, these things, so these bushes. All right, I'm not good at talking and painting at the same time or drawing or anything, so you're just going to get what you get from me right now. All right, just looking at the reference picture here, so I'm going to go into the water now, and I might use this neat, we'll see. This is lovely. It is really nice using it on this canvas. The way it grabs, it's really good. I like it. I'm enjoying it. Just gonna really smush it in. I am smushing it in pretty well, and then I'm gonna add a bit of that there, and then go over it with this yeah, that's pretty cool. And I just want a bit of that in there. It's mixed together. Just seeing what I can create with my hands as well. Interesting. I'll leave that for now. I'll probably go back into it, I'm not sure yet. Now, what I've got in the reference is this white along here, but we can alter it later. And I've got a bit of white coming in, but as I said, I can alter it later. And where's that? Where's the colour? It's turned pretty much blue, but we want it to go back to that yellow. I know, or you can see the reference picture, so, and I don't know how to put it up to the side where you can see it. Eventually I will know those things and I will do them, but right now I just can't, because I just really don't know how to. But in the reference, like, so this colour down here is actually the cream of the paper, but I love the unfinished look of that, so I'm incorporating it into the painting. Alrighty, so this is quite dark, this is the sand. So we'll lighten it up, but this is the unbleached titanium. And I'm going over that, and then I'm just going to go over it again with that white there. And then I want the cream coming in on it, because that's lovely there, like that. And I like those strokes coming out. I might leave those like that. That's quite nice. You do really need to keep cleaning this if you want to keep the colour that you're actually using and not, you know, use a mix. See how much it's gone down, and look how dirty that's gone. So yeah, I will go through these quickly. So I'm pretty sure I got 3 of these, and I'm glad I did. I know that was a smart move, Kim. I knew I needed to. Oh. Well, it looks like I'm getting through it pretty quickly, which I'm happy with. So what I would say is stick to small paintings to start off with, just as I'm doing, just to get your bearings with it. And they are small. Like, if you want to do big paintings, obviously use the big R&F and Sennelier oil sticks, you know, like R&F pigment sticks and Sennelier oil sticks. If you want to do bigger paintings like this, But these are good for smaller paintings, but they would be good for finer detail on bigger paintings as well, you know. So a bit of both. I hope that's still in the shot. Yeah, it looks like it is. Right, I am liking that texture there, so I'm going to leave it, but I will bring that around a little there. And I want a bit over here as well, and along there. Okay. That's what I wanted, was a bit more of that. And that was what I was doing. I knew I was doing something. Just bringing that yellow pale. Okay, right. And now we're onto the trees. So once I block the trees in, there are white highlights that go on top of the trees, and that's where it's going to be get a bit iffy, and I'm going to have to be a bit careful of what I do there. So you know, I'm just going to have to try, because I want to do it all in one alla prima. I don't want to sort of wait 2 weeks for it to dry, but if I have to, I have to. I'm hoping not. I love these little things, so I'm actually thinking, well, this would be great to take some of these out on location and take some of the drawing. I think this is how I'd like to use them, on these type of little canvases. All right, so what I'm seeing here is what I have done in my painting, which you cannot see. I should have grabbed it so I could keep bringing it over, but it's so far at the other end of the table and I have to lean over. But what I have done is I've gotten these textures going on, and I'm just trying to emulate that. It's not easy. Like the textures of the brush, the sweeping, and I've got a little bit of, I think that's the Veronese green, but if I add that Veronese green, it's going to want to be in other places. It's going to need to, I'll do chromium, I think. I don't think I want chromium though. Maybe a little. See, this is the thing when you're doing these sorts of things, you are limited to the colours that you have, and if we don't, you know, we have to make the best of what we have. So there we go. Oops, flake of Veronese green in there. I didn't want. There we go. Okay, we'll just leave that for now. Oh yeah, I can sort of bring it like that. Next, let's tackle these trees. I'm going to go in and do some of the browns. There is a bit of a red brown in there, but I'm not really. I'm not going to really get into that. I just don't want to introduce too many colours, that's the thing. It's just nah, you know what? I do need it. It needs it. Because we're going to have all these greens and it needs a pop of red. So I'm going to use the brown pink. It's got that pop of red in it. Yeah. Just get some nice shapes in there. I'm going to go over it with the green anyway shortly. Okay. Where's my little practice shots that I did before? Right, I'm just having a look at the reference picture and working out which green to start off with, and I'm thinking the sap green. Yeah, just right at the bottom there. So a bit of it's getting caught on my gloves. They're wrapping underneath it. Yeah, that's what I reckon here. And then I'll bring some other colour to mix in with it. That I'm gonna add a bit there. Right. What colour do I want to mix in with it? I think it's this. Let's see. Yeah, and then we'll go over it again. It's lucky I like to talk out loud when I paint, isn't it? Because it's probably helpful right now. Yeah. That's a beautiful blue, isn't it? That's lovely. Yeah, I do think it needs a bit here, and I'll tone it down after. Okay, and we've got, right, so what we need is a bit of the chromium coming up in here. With a bit of the yellow. Back to some chromium. And a grey. That's too light. Where's that dark grey I had? The turkey umber. That's it. That's doing what I want it to do. Right. And then in here, I'm going to just move this up a bit more. So this, and then up here, I just need an interesting shape going on here. A little bit in there. And then let's get something to mix that with. Maybe this one. And some green. I'm thinking, Alright, we're going to get a few different colours in here mixed together. So it needs to be a bit warm and a bit greenish in here. And a bit lightish. Warm, greenish and lightish. It's quite funny, isn't it? Alright, so warm. We want it light here as well. And warm. So that needs to be warm. That one doesn't have to be as warm, but a little bit. That definitely does, and around there. Okay, so I haven't put any of this here, but I do want some. And in there. And we're going to lighten that. It's just what I bring in to lighten it. Maybe this. The chromium first, because we need a bit of green in there. Just, you know, it's the mixing. You've really got to think about the mixing. That's where you've got to really be a bit organised. Well, a bit of forethought, really. Not so much organised, but just a bit of forethought happening. I don't think that one. I think possibly this one, but I'm not sure. It does need some, where's it gone? Some blue in there. Where'd that go? That one. Yeah, I'm losing track of what I'm using. I think you can see when I pick them up. I'm just trying to keep the big shapes at the moment. The darks. What's that one? The raw umber. That's it. Just a few like little sticks and stuff there. All right, gotta get these trees worked out. So I want more of a turquoise there. And then here we can mix it up a bit. That's a dark in there. We'll go the sap green, I think, for that dark. Maybe there's sap green in here, I think. Yeah, that's lovely. See, that's really making a difference. Oh God. Oh, here we go. At least a couple of nights a week I get this lovely visits from people doing that. I mean, they're living their best life, but oh, choose your moments. I'm busy. I like need I need quiet time right now, guys, and do not hurt yourselves. Right, okay, so that's what we need up here is this sap green. That's definitely what we need. Yep. There, and then we need it here, but that's it. That, yeah, I'm preferring that. And in here. Okay, so the sap green's going to be the main mixer, as I can see, and even bringing it up there. I'm going to go in there. Does need to be a little darker. I do prefer to use these on their sides. You can see that now. I'm just going to break that turkey umber one. And up here as well. Where's that sap green gone? Oop. I haven't done much blending with my fingers because I tend to not love that blendy look personally. So I'm not really doing much of it. But I do think it needs a little bit lighter. I'm going to do light grey because I think it needs a little lighter grey on that turquoise. So I'm going to pull this light grey apart and see if I haven't, yeah, I haven't picked up the skin off it. So I'll just get the skin off. And then I'll just go over it a bit here. Try and get that to do a bit more of what I want it to do. Oh. Definitely messy. Okay, so I'm just wiping it on a piece of paper, getting the skin off the sides. There we go. I feel like this is just needs a little bit more in there. What do we got here? Just this shape's not working for me, so I'm going to change this shape a bit. There. Just get that back in there. That needs a bit more dark in there. So that's gone nice and dark, hasn't it? Dark in there, dark. So it's pretty much dark along there. And then we're sort of, let's see here. Once I mix in the colours, where's it? Oh, it's blue. It's actually grey, but it looks blue because it's got all that stuff on it. I'm just in my own zone now, so I'm probably not talking very well, but It's just how I roll when I do this sort of thing. Right, I need to get some sky holes in here with that light blue. It's broken somewhere, but I can't find it. Is that it? I thought that was grey. Isn't that the grey that I broke? Light grey? Maybe it is light blue. I don't know. Confused. I'm pretty sure it's grey. Yeah, it's grey. I don't know what I've done with the bit of light blue. I had it. I know I haven't used it all. Oh, maybe I've actually used it down and I haven't broken it. I think that's what's happened here. Okay, so I just need to... Yeah, these are so messy now, but like, you know, if your art supplies are really messy, it means you're using them. So that it sort of makes me feel good and excited. Right. Now I've forgotten what I was actually doing. I've got to look at the picture again and figure it out. I wanted to get some blue in here. Yeah, that's still, that skin needs to come off. Okay, the best way really is to just rub it onto a piece of paper and it'll get it off. Rub it onto its side on a piece of paper. The tissue thing, you break it and it's a lot more effort. That's what I'm finding right now. Okay. Just having a little break and look at it. I'm just gonna that one. That's it. Right. I think it's time to start adding a bit of little details. Because oh, that's what I wanted, sky holes. Yep. I bet you're all sitting there thinking, sky holes, you said sky holes. And I don't have sky holes in my actual reference picture, but I did want them in here just to give it a bit of interest instead of just boring little tops on the trees. Okay, there we go. Bit of interest going on. All right, now I'm going to lift that a bit and just have a quick look. I like that that's there, but I know I need to tone it down just a little. Or do I? Let's see. Just a little. Right. Yeah, I think that was the right move. Now I'm just going to lift it and have a quick look at it. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I love this area too. This is a beach I used to go to a lot, so it actually has a lot of meaning. That's funny. All right, let me get it back in the right spot. It's such a tiny little piece. I don't usually work this small, only in my sketchbooks. All right, now it's time to get these sticks done. Well, maybe I should use the, I think I should use the cherry absinthe. Oh, that smells black. Cherry absinthe. Where's that gone? Night blue. There it is. To do the branches and stuff. That's what I'm going to do. Right. I hope this works. I need them to not be too thick. Maybe I should do that end, but I'm just going to do this, see what happens. I don't even know if it'll go over. So let's see. Let's go here. Oh yeah. Okay, it is working. That is exciting. I could probably even get a bit of charcoal in here. I will have to keep cleaning it. Oh yeah, that's cool. All right, so I've got one that comes down like that. That one goes like that. And then this one comes out here, comes up and like that. So every time I'm doing a stroke, I'm actually just wiping it off to the side because it needs it. Right. And some, this is where it's, oops, not too much. I'm still going to do the highlights on the actual sticks and stems, so we've still got that to go, but we've still got to get there. Alright, so we got 1, 2, we got another one here and then another one, so okay, I'm going this one and then there, like that. Not being able to do the little bit at the end sort of sucks, like that really fine bit. Maybe I could try with the other end later, but that kind of sucks. Right, so we got that, and like that, and then this other one. So these ones are, see, we're in the sap green here and it's just lifting that sap green, which I know it's going to do. Right. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I don't want to do 4 because that's getting too much. I'll do something over here like that, and I'll just do one like that. Right, now we need some light, and I'm not going to go the white. Oh, look how dirty that made that, so dirty. Definitely time for a new yeah, see, I can't find my words. A new paper towel. Right, so this is where, I wonder if I could scratch it in. I'll try scratching it in, but because we're on that medium sort of background in the first place, it might not lighten it enough, but I will try it and see what happens. Not really doing it. Let me see where I've got a quill pen type thing, like a reed pen that would scratch out better, but do you think I can find it right now while I'm wanting it? Of course not. This one's a bit too bendy. Oh, there it is. Found it. I don't think it's going to work anyway, so I think I need to actually add the white in. I do, yeah, because it's not white underneath. So I'm going to have to add this warmth in, this real whitey. Okay, there we go. Okay, and so we need it on here. See, this is where it's a bit, I did want it coming this way. That's all right. That'll do it. And another one in here. Definitely got to wipe that down and make sure that's nice and clean each time I take a stroke. Okay. I hope you can figure out what's going on here. I've really got to wipe it every single time. Okay, yeah, I want the top of that tree trunk that goes along there to have a highlight. And I can't tell, see how thick that is? I can't tell. I'll go down that way. if I'm going to go across there. I can't tell if you can even see me doing these or whether it's I'm covering my own hands, which would be a bit annoying, but right, I just need to get a few more highlights in. Just have a little assess of that. So I'll get that in there, like so, and another one across there, like that. Maybe that one there. Now we'll go back to the dark cherry absinthe. There we go. Try and get that. It's kind of working better. We need these dark trees happening. We don't want to lose them. And it's easy to do here. Because it is all about the form of these trees. For me it is. So I definitely don't want to lose them. And all the dead trunks and everything. Okay, let's have a look what we got. I need to lift it up to see. I think I need that. I don't mind that. I feel like it's finished. Yeah. Just looking at it. If I want to, when it's dry, I'll go over it with a bit more lining work, but I feel like that's enough. I feel like it's finished. I might just go like that there. Bring that, oops. Yeah, see, you do those little finishing touches and what happens? You ruin it. We don't want that. Across along here, I did want to that's it. Yeah, that's it there. Right. I think we'll leave that for now. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's cute. So I hope you enjoyed that. And there is one way of using the drawing oils. So the main things I'd suggest out of that, I'm just going to get this off. I've got a little bit of skin there. The main things I'd suggest out of that is work small, have a play, prepare your oils before you start. So make sure you get the skins off and the paper peeled and everything. Have lots of paper towels. You definitely need them. And don't try to do too intricate work because it's not going to happen for you. And keep the shapes pretty simplified. That's what I would say. For this one, it worked. So we'll see on the next one. It'll be interesting, the one with the fluorescent background. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will probably do the fluorescent background one next, just to see the difference with that pop of colour, and upload that as well. But I'm going to now go and put this on my computer, edit it and upload it so that people can have a look at the drawing oils, because I've noticed there's a lot of unboxing, there's a lot of swatching. I've done the swatching myself, but there's not a lot of videos showing exactly, you know, all different ideas on how to use these oils. I know that a lot of people struggle with the R&F pigment sticks as well. How to, you know they're beautiful and you get excited, but how will you use them? So I hope this has helped and given some ideas. And I think it's good too, like just for even playing around with tones and oversimplifying, because you know that's really what you're meant to be sort of doing in your work and all. more if you're an impressionist, but even if you know you're adding a lot more detail later and getting more into more realistic stuff, you still got to start with the main shapes and you know, and not the finer detail to start off with. So it's a great exercise either way, even if it's not your normal work. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I love the color scheme. I'm really happy with it. I love the texture. Let me bring it up and just show you all the texture. I hope that's not too close. But yeah, like that texture is really beautiful to me. And I've gone in, you know, like when I've done my strokes, I've done them in the way, so the way the sand path goes, you know, the way the water's going, the way the trees are, you know, I've moved it around, I've moved the thing, and you know, obviously I've gone straight and then squiggly for the branches, that's obvious, but the other things like the water and the sand and the trees makes a big difference. And all they are is just big shapes, you know, they're just shapes, dark, pretty simple there. All right, okay, well I'm going to go now, so thanks for watching. If you can, I'd really appreciate it. I'm really just started my channel and I'm just trying to grow it, so if you did enjoy it and you think it's worth it, please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, because my videos are going to get way more professional and way more interesting as they go along, as I learn the skills of the actual editing program. I did pick one of the hardest ones on the market, so the content will get a lot more interesting. So if you subscribe and then you check on the bell to be get a reminder every time that I've dropped a new video, you know, eventually they are going to become much more interesting. So yeah, if you could, I'd really appreciate it. It'd really help anyway for me to grow the channel. So what I will be doing is putting one out every week, probably on a Saturday Australian time, every Saturday. So that's my goal. I've seen other people do that and then they end up at 2 weeks and stuff like that. So, but I am really determined to grow this channel. It's been my dream for a long time to do it, and I just want to get it going and get it up and running. So yeah, if you could support me, that would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.